Monday, Monday, Monday. I'm not 100% sure what I'm working on today. Definitely something. But this is the Monday show, which is the only show that I actually schedule. Otherwise, I don't even schedule. So, got some dire wolves I could work on, but I'm not going to. Got some normal wolves I could work on, but I'm not going to because I haven't washed them yet. And with all the Reaper miniatures, as I always tell you guys, you got to wash them. If you don't wash them, then you might end up, not every time, but might end up running into a miniature with mold release on it. That could ruin your whole day trying to deal with that. I dropped a wolf. I gotta grab it. Well, I wonder if I should call my brother. I think I will. Even though he's nothing but a bottle of chaos. Let me see here. Let's. So I'm not looking at the screen right now. So if anybody's talking, I'm not looking at the screen. Oh, look at me. I'm on Facebook. But people on Facebook can't talk to me because I don't know why. Oh man, he already sent me the thumbs up. Look at that. I'm the baldest guy. Oh man. Yeah. Got up early. Oh man. So, a couple things I want to do here. And one of them is paint the blanket on the back of this rhinoceros. I bet you that's some words you never thought you would hear, like in one sentence. Paint the blanket on the rhinoceros. Yeah. I'm going to paint it blue. You know, I've painted so much leather on these guys that, nah, I'm going to say that this rolled up tarp on its back is actually like blue. So, uh, I wonder on these streams where I'm painting if people like watching my face for some reason, or if they would rather I just point the camera down at miniatures and then show them what I'm painting. I mean, which one of those do you guys think would be the better thing? I would honestly like to know what would be what the people watching would enjoy more. I mean, to me, it doesn't make that much of a difference since I'm already looking down. So, I'm not seeing you guys either way, really. So, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But if you guys, oh, yeah, I finished. I love these things. They're some kind of walk. Well, I mean, I know what they're called. They're walking orcas. So let's see though, because it'd be easy for me to just put the camera facing down, and you'd see like 100 plus miniatures. A lot of them are done. I need to just go ahead and pack them up, honestly. I mean, so all this hanging out with you and talking and working on these miniatures has in fact worked. it has worked. I have gotten so much finished, Some nights more than others. I mean, sometimes when I sit down to stream, you guys get me going. I'm going to blame you, even though it's really me. And then I spend all the time I should be painting, going off on stuff. Yeah. Well, I sent an invite to my brother, but you know how he is. What one is this? Oh, these two are called akulets or ahulets, whatever. They are creatures I bought off of Etsy that pretty much are just monsters based on Eskimo myth. Specifically, if you want to get into tribes, Inuits have a monster that is part of their legend that is they claim half orca and half wolf, and it can change forms so that when it comes out of the water it can have the legs, but then when it dives back into the water it looks like a normal orca. And that sometimes they come out and they will grab people and drag them in, So, I mean, if you're really wondering, Kyle, imagine basically an Arctic bunyip kind of thing, like the Australian bunyip, or, that are parts of so many myths. It's just one of those, except the Australian or the Arctic version. Now, one of these things, if I put miniatures next to it, is about 24 feet. So these are pretty big things. But then again, that's short for an orca, though. Some orcas can be 30 feet long. So, but yeah, I've got a lot of the monsters done. I just need to go ahead and can't believe I just did that. I just need to go ahead and, that's a Paraton that I painted up like a bald eagle. And then I dropped it and it came out of its base, which is easy because I can just glue it back into its base. But, base, like base, hello, can you go? How you doing today, Kyle? How are things in beautiful Northern California staying? The People's Republic or whatever they're calling it now. Hope you're doing well. I hope your beautiful wife is doing well and treating you well. Basically just sending you good wishes, whatever you're up to up there. I've been listening to Russian music all morning. Land where the white birch grows. Beloved Mother Russia. Hey, and not game related, but I'll try not to get hung up on it. It looks like the Russians have broadcast that, okay, fine. They might be ready to, tighten shit up and put an end to this war. And so if we can get that weasel-faced little prick in Ukraine to agree, maybe we can finally get all the killing done, Because I've always said, and I know a lot of people don't like my opinion, but my main opinion is too many people getting killed up there, man. For nothing. That's a stupid war. Never should have happened. Didn't have to happen except for everybody's smooth talking asshat, Obama, got that shit going. It's funny when you talk to people who don't know anything about, global politics, and they think, oh no, that's not, like, leave me alone. And it's not funny. It's actually just sad. But I have painted up this whole damn basically a hive worth of these giant ants. I'm going to paint the eyes green. They have very noticeable eyes on the side of their head. I'm going to paint those eyes this viper green and then paint the bases. And then I'm thinking I'll paint the ants gloss with a gloss coat and then leave them that gloss coat just because I don't know. I think it'd look good, it'd make them look like they're kind of armored up, glossy. But yeah, this stuff here, I think it is. It's not a this is not an express paint or anything. It's an actual game color, but I like it a lot. It's the scorpion green. Unless I'm painting military vehicles, I tend to like to go bright green. If I'm painting military vehicles, then I'll go with the green khaki or the green brown or whatever. But I guess if I'm painting like a ranger's cloak, I'll go with the more camouflage brown. But otherwise, nah. This is not good. I gotta fix this too. Then I didn't know that I had posted the Peritons on polystyrene tubing, which is just a good way for every time you breathe on them wrong for them to break. So I'm removing the polystyrene tubing from where they go into the base. And it just so happens that I have some brass rods that will fit snugly inside of the polystyrene tubing. So I'm just going to put some brass rod there, See, like right here. Here we go. That one might be too big, actually. Let me look. Yeah. Let's grab a smaller one then. I need to organize my stuff, guys. That's what I need to do. I mean, okay. And then, like, I finally got my room cleaned and presentable. And my desk, though, is just piled up with miniatures, man. What's up, Big James? How you doing, sir? So now let's see if I can find my pipe cutter, which is usually right here. Now the ants, I will say this about painting the ants. I didn't really paint them. I washed them in good soapy water, and then I let them dry, and then I gave them a heavy wash with Vallejo dipping formula, which is just a wash. And yeah, right here in front of me, it's just so much paint, Paul. It's just disorganized mess is what it is. You're digging through a mountain of sprues. Yeah, we need to be like that one guy on YouTube that like melts all the screws down and turns them into like putty and then like actually builds stuff out of them. I mean, because that is one thing about the hobby. You will accrue, whatever, a ton of sprues. It's just going to be a thing. I got these from the Conan board game. They're actually pretty useful if I've got a bunch of figures on the table and they look kind of similar. Say a bunch of orcs. I have different colors so I can mark them and keep track of which is actually which. So that's a pretty good thing. Now I sent my brother an invite and he sent me a thumbs up. So where is that jackalope at? But yeah, so I decided to splash color on this rhino. So the big tarp on the back, I made blue. That's all. And it's just a big rhino with a saddle and then a back area where people could, why would there be a big woolly rhino? Because that's just the way things are in good old Hyperborea. As a matter of fact, I don't remember. I'd have to look in the monster part of the book to see if actual normal rhinos even exist. But I'm pretty sure they don't. Kind of like elephants. I don't think elephants exist either in Hyperborea. But mammoths do. Actually, two kinds of mammoths, lesser and greater mammoths. And the main difference is size. Like the lesser mammoths are like, I don't know, or 12 or 14 feet or something like that. And the greater mammoths are like 18 feet tall and tend to be a little bit more aggressive. So, I mean, if your party is wandering through the taiga or the frickin' tundra regions and you see one of these big ass mammoths, that means it's time to go. Is what that means. It is time to go. Still kind of buzzing a little bit from Saturday night. And I mean that emotionally, not physically. It's a good game. A lot of stuff happened, a lot of role playing, like actual people playing their characters and interacting with the world and and the players when the game was done, they were all super like stoked. They were all like, "Man, that's such a good game." I ended it a little early because they had just basically defeated the boss monster they'd been after for like the last month worth of games. And since normally we would have played like another 30 minutes or so, but they had decided they were going to trek across the land from Swamp Gate to Zambala. And I was like, I don't want to waste all of our time just sitting here, handling a 500-mile trip on the back of a giant mammoth. So we're just going to end it here. And I will actually roll at some point during the week before the game. I will roll to see if they actually encounter stuff. I'll handle all of that myself. And then that way, when the game starts, the players don't have to sit there forever while I'm, babbling about them traveling through force or whatever and then rolling for monsters and stuff. I'll just already know when the encounters are going to be, and that'll be good because I'll be able to set them up as if they were planned instead of random. So one of them I already know is going to be a ruined keep that they're going to find, but we'll see what's what. It might just be like a side quest thing that keeps them entertained for a night, or it could turn into like a whole thing. I mean, I need to think about is the keep from before the Green Death or after the Green Death? That's a thing I need to like consider, you know? Like how old is this keep? And you know, that statement before or after the Green Death basically just means is it more or less than 1,000 years old? That's all. Is it more or less than 1,000? Because that could change some stuff, you know. Maybe I will unleash my flail snails on them. Wouldn't that be something? I'm looking up there. So, I'm wondering. Sorry, guys. I'm just humming while I'm. That's what I'm looking for. A color. Oh, not Black Lotus. I want Caribbean blue. Come on. Caribbean blue. Caribbean blue. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Okay. This guy just needs based and based. Every time I say bass, I always think of that freaking Public Enemy song. Bring the noise. So, looks like I got a lot of people popping in saying hi and popping out. That is very cool of you guys. Thank you. Before you go, do me a huge favor and put a thumbs up next to it. Or thumbs down. From what I understand, I guess YouTube don't actually care either way. There we go. That's what I wanted. This bright green alligatorish thing. I wanted to give it like kind of a bluish mouth. A lot of creatures, like a lot of snakes and stuff, have like that weird kind of bluish mouth, especially the venomous ones. Okay, so let's what else are we doing here? We are grabbing this khaki color and I'm going to paint the bones on it. Any of you guys besides me watch Bruce and Janet last night? They were talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh, you're on the phone at work, so you. Okay, that's okay, Kyle. You know, I got your back, bro. These are alcahoots or something like that. Probably hoot, not hut. They're an Eskimo monster, specifically Inuits. Talk about these guys. And basically, they're magical. When they come out of the ocean, they can form legs and run you down like a wolf. Or they can jump back in the ocean and just be an orca. So, you know, they got options. You know, they're all terrain orcas. And I'll tell you this, I absolutely think orcas are one of the most amazing creatures on the planet. I would not want a 25-foot long one chasing my ass over the snow. You know, I mean, that's, you know, I remember one time I was such a smartass to my mom. We were watching some show. I was showing her the show, and it was killer whales just demolishing great whites. And then part of the show showed a killer whale demolish a moose. Because I guess it was in British Columbia or somewhere, and the moose was swimming down trying to eat kelp and wasn't paying attention. And like, how do you let a 30-foot long killer whale sneak up on you? Beyond me, but it happened, right? And it sneaks up, or don't sneak up, and it polishes this moose off like nothing. And if you've ever seen a moose in real life, you know they are freaking huge, right? And my mom looks at me and says, I had no idea killer whales are like that. And me being the smartass that I sometimes can be to my poor saintly mother, I looked her right in the face and I said, they're not called snuggle whales, Mom. And she started laughing. And like we had a good laugh about that. But it's one, it's just one of those things when it's like they're called killer whales for a reason. And that reason is they are the apex predator in the whole ocean. Sharks don't mean shit to an orca. Orca will run up on the biggest great white you got and just rip that thing into bits. Doesn't even care. I don't think there's anything in the whole ocean that eats orcas. And orcas eat whatever the hell they want in the ocean. So, yeah. But just the way my mom said that, and then me being just like, well, they're not called snuggle whales. Yeah, a long time ago, there was a whole thing up in Alaska, I think, where some fishermen thought it'd be a good idea to kill a baby orca. And the mama orca thought it'd be a good idea to kill a bunch of fishermen. And it was just like, what do you do? The thing weighs tons. It's a killing machine. And to make everything even better, more awesome, it's really smart. So, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. What are those fishermen thinking of? I mean, you're out in a kayak somewhere, having recently killed an orca baby, a pup or whatever they call the young orca. And it's like, I understand you live by the ocean and you think you know stuff, but I mean, just being in a kayak in the ocean's kind of scary without the 30-foot apex predator coming up and just taking you out. It's like, yeah, I was pretty old when I realized all this, by the way. Like, I was in my 20s. I had believed all of the orca never hurt anybody. They're friendly bullshit because my mom was kind of a hippie. Nothing against my mom, but she just always assumes the best out of everything and everyone. But then I actually saw a show with like two orcas flipping sills 100 yards back and forth and all the crazy shit they get into. And that's when I realized, yeah, no, Shamu is bullshit. That's not what orca is like. Trump is playing he is. And, it's so amazing to me. And I mean, I'll only talk about this if you guys are super interested. My opinions are very vanilla. The thing that makes me the most whatever about everything going on is that now you literally have blue-haired, fat, woke women marching up and down the street in defense of Iran, a country where women are absolutely abused, like nonstop, just abused horribly. Like that one story of the one woman that got arrested for no reason. Then she got essayed in the jail and beaten nonstop. And then when they brought her in front of a judge, she begged for justice. And the judge sentenced her to execution for, sleeping around. This is a true story. You can look it up. And it turned out that the judge had been one of the men who had essayed her while she was in the jail. And that's the kind of shit that they've been doing. Like they've killed hundreds upon hundreds of their protesters. And then you've got these super woke idiots over here defending them. It's like, nah, they need to go, man. They need to go.
Yep.
Up, Tim.
Hey. Yeah,
America
I know.
needs to stop sitting on our hands and just letting evil countries exist and do evil things.
I know, man.
And if that means we go to war with a third of the nations on the planet,
we could do it.
We can do it. It would cost a lot, but I think it would be worth it just to be the good guys, you know? Go into these countries where they're still selling slaves and abusing women and doing all this horrible shit and just straighten their asses out once and for all. You know, be like, yeah, we're not tolerating any of this monkey business anymore, guys. You're going to behave. Or
even one person I used to actually like listening to is saying some nonsense about it.
Who?
Robert Barnes.
I don't know who Robert Barnes is, so.
He does a stream show with this ex-Canadian guy called Viva Frey.
Oh, I have no idea what that is. That must be a your generation thing.
I don't know. It's just like, but yeah, this guy, he used to be pretty good, but now he's just like, oh, this is bad for Trump and all this stuff, and saying how Iran's people were not protesting at all.
Yeah, I've seen actual videos, and I know you have too.
Yeah.
Of the Iranian people running up down the street, being all like celebrating, talking about how much they love Trump. There's Iranians up in New York and Washington that are actually celebrating this and being harassed by Antifa. Because, you know.
Yeah, all the other Middle Eastern countries are supporting and siding with America now.
Well, I mean, considering that Iran, for some reason, just started chucking missiles at everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Like Bahrain and freaking Kuwait, Yemen. They were just chucking them, man. Saudi Arabia actually declared war against Iran.
Yeah, it's like, what was Iran thinking with that one?
Now, can the Saudis make a difference? I doubt it, because Arabs, generally speaking, suck at wars and have for like 1,000 years. Yeah. But they do got some of the best equipment in the region. Like, a lot of people don't even know this. Almost every time Arabic forces conquered non-Arabic forces, they were being led by like a Kurd or a Persian. They were almost never actually being led by an Arab. You know, it's like, now Muhammad was good for sacking villages and shit like that, but he wasn't gonna, you know, like the Ottomans that conquered Eastern Rome, those were Turks. They're not Arabs, you know. So it's pretty wild. Nuxenor did a whole hour-long video explaining why Arabs never actually win wars.
Yep. Hey, Cold Iron.
What's up?
Howdy. Howdy, Mr. Bro? James.
Well,
ooh.
He's doing
yeah, but all this stuff going on in the Middle East, if it works out, it's going to be good.
Yep.
If the Shah goes back and they set up like England has, maybe a monarch, but with a parliamentary system and whatever, Iran could go from being the country that chants death to America every day, like 20 times, to our actual strongest ally in the Middle East.
And not to mention, they'll probably look a lot more like what they used to.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about the future, bro.
No.
Yeah, your average.
I'm saying they'll look like a more modern society.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they'll look like a lot more of a modern society.
They could be, but the problem is Persians are not Arabs. They do not like the fact that they're forced to worship an Arab god.
That's
and they don't like the fact that they're forced to speak an Arab language.
Yeah.
You know, they want to go back to Farsi or whatever it is, and they want to go back to, a lot of them are converting right away to Christianity.
Yep.
Which was their religion before the Arabs invaded. So
yeah, they're like the second fastest growing Christian population now.
Yeah. So I mean, But the thing that I was kind of like, yeah, that makes sense, is all of the wokies protesting, and we all know they're only protesting because Trump did it. If anyone else on the planet had done it, they would be out in the streets talking about what a great day this is, female liberation, etc. But because Trump did it, then he sucks balls,
Yeah.
and I hope he dies. Not me personally, but
Well, yeah.
that sucks. That's stupid. But anyway, yeah.
Ooh.
You all right?
Oh, tired, beat up, man. This is my 3 a.m. right now.
Oh, why are you still up?
Oh, I had a dentist appointment.
Oh yeah, those are always fun.
Oh, it was. I got to tell you, this was the most pleasant visit to a dentist office ever. It was, first of all, it was full of beautiful women.
That's
Second of all, they didn't upsell me on anything. It was a private practice, and they saw me immediately, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll have this tooth out. Here's your date. Come back." And it was like, gosh, 300 plus cheaper than the last place I had went to. And they jerked me around and screwed me out of my date because I called to confirm, and they were like, no, we actually have you for the 5th, not the 4th." And I was like, all right, refund me. I was like, oh.
like, look here, man, I got a job.
I was like, I got shit to do, and I got a abscess tooth that needs to come out. So
Yeah, dentists they do be like that. Sometimes
this
you
one was
a really good one, and sometimes it's just a bunch of jokers.
it was fantastic, and I got a free pen. The nice lady gave me a free pen.
Look at that. Yeah, we have a dentist that my wife takes me to because they accept her insurance. And so they put me, hey, Crafting Gamer, what's up? She puts me on her insurance, even though I'm on my own medical, because she gets paid back. Like whatever she spends there or on my glasses, she gets back
Oh, cool.
because of the some kind of medical health savings plan or whatever. But anyway, and they're really cool. They're really cool.
That's another thing I got to do soon. I haven't updated my prescription in years for my glasses.
It sucks because for so many people in America today, it's like just out of touch of them being able to do it because of how expensive some of these places are, right?
Yeah, that's why my Hyperborea books are put off for a little bit, is to get this dental work done. And
Well,
also,
priorities, bro.
yeah, 3 cats and then 2 Pomeranians, they come first. So
Yeah. So what you basically said is you have 5 cats.
more or less, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's what people always tell me, that Pomeranians are dogs for people who actually like cats. How you been, Crafting Gamer? Oh, George snuck in on me.
Yep.
If Trump topples Iran, put him on par with. I'm just, yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Looks at my miniature of Alexander the Great lovingly. But,
No, the other.
I will say this though, that the whole constant refrain of Israel's our greatest ally in the Middle East will go. Iran will be our greatest ally if we can do this right.
And guess what? Another good side effect of this has been so far. Sounds like there's not going to be a war with Ukraine anymore. It sounds like.
Yeah. You must have came in after I mentioned that. Yeah, Russia has let the United States know that they're seriously willing to make a deal if Zelensky will pull his head out of his ass.
Oh, that won't happen.
Yeah, but it's going to have to, because the way Trump's talking with Zelensky, it's looking like he ain't going to have a choice anyway.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, we put his ass in office. We can take
I feel like
you
either take the deal or we'll just replace you.
That's kind of the thing. We put him in office. We damn sure can take him out.
Mm-hmm.
And his demands to get Crimea back and all that shit, they're going.
Oh,
That
Oh,
ain't never happening.
wow.
Yeah, that
I mean,
was
shoot
like,
for the stars there, guy.
I mean, I guess if you're negotiating, it's good to go big and then let them talk you down.
That's
But
no.
that's asking for something that's just never
Yeah,
happened.
but yeah. Let's say go
Yeah,
big,
don't
but
Getting
be
a
not.
little
nuts, right?
getting a little fanciful, a little whimsical.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of people don't understand the reasoning for this. And believe it or not, I mean, it does have to do with having warm water ports. That it'd be bullshit to think it don't, right?
Oh yeah, it
But
definitely
the
does.
other thing it has to do with is the first czar, or not the first czar, but the first king of the Kievan Rus that converted to Orthodoxy and then had all the Russians convert, Vladimir the Great of the House of Rurik, was baptized in Sevastopol.
Oh, cool.
So, and they have a giant statue of him in Sevastopol.
Oh,
So it's not just about the warm water
Hmm.
port if you're an Orthodox Russian. It's like, I don't know. It'd be like somebody come to America and being like, Washington, D.C. is ours. Be like, wait, what? No.
they can have it.
No.
Well, okay, somewhere really important to our culture. Like if someone showed up and decided that they're just going to take over George Washington's grave.
Look, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think we should take Washington D.C. back from D.C.
There you
Yeah,
go.
but I don't know. It's like our country's so young, it's hard to actually come up with like something on the equal to
Yeah.
the conversion of a whole country in the 9th century. Like, I don't even know.
Maybe if they started like desecrating like graves from the 1600s or things like that.
Yeah. But so yeah, we'll see. Not I mean, there's nothing we can do. But we can just watch. I mean, and most of what I talk about is shit I watched on Asmongold's show.
I was going to
No,
say,
no, definitely
Asmongold's
see
got
that.
his work cut out for him.
Yeah, everybody hates him now, except he's still like the most watched guy on.
A lot of
Twitter.
hate watchers, I guess. Maybe that's the secret. He just wants a bunch of hate watchers.
Yeah.
Well, after he quit Warhammer, or not Warhammer, WoW, he started doing other stuff, and lately he's got hardcore into politics. And
Yeah.
even though Asmongold is pretty much a left-leaning guy, his politics when it comes to immigration, shit like that, are hard right. You
Yeah.
know?
There's some things where you'll just be like sitting there like, is he on the right? And he's like, no, I love socialism, all this stuff. But
No. He's like, I don't care about the trans thing as long as they're over 18. He's
Yeah.
like, I don't care about the abortion thing. Like a lot of things right-wing people care about, he don't care about.
No,
But
that's
then you
fair,
get
but
immigration and he freaking gets fired up. You know,
I hope that
like,
dude is not actually drinking that much soda, though.
he is.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's lost like quite a few teeth. He barely eats during a day.
Whoa.
I would not recommend you go on his kind of
Yeah,
lifestyle.
no. I mean, that's the. Even though everybody calls him the Roach King, he's cleaned his house. His house. Because like somebody said something, and he actually walked around with a camera and said, "Look, my house is clean," you know. And people are asking because he's got cash, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Why
Yeah.
are you still living in that little house in that shitty neighborhood in
That's all he
Austin?"
needs. That's all he
And
needs.
that's what his answer was. He's like, "I don't need anything else." So I don't know what he does with his money, but if he ever has kids or something, they're going to be set because he don't spend it on anything but soda and sometimes McDonald's.
Fair enough. I mean, that's good on him. I mean, he'll have a really good nest egg, I guess.
A
Yeah.
single Warhammer army. So
Yeah, right. That's what they can afford, like one Warhammer army. Yeah, but I mean, so the guy is a weirdo, fine. But to my knowledge, everything Asmongold has said is either true, or if it turns out it wasn't true, he makes a video apologizing for it not being true.
Yeah.
So he is more trustworthy than anyone on like TV.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad that we live in that world. Crafting gamer, I am painting currently, since you're into the crafting, some ants because I spilled out a little of my green paint. And these Reaper ants, I need to do the bases, but I've painted the bodies as good as I'm going to. I'm going to go ahead and give them some glowy Viper green eyes. And, okay. Weird. Doc tried to join and I hit invite and it didn't.
Yeah, might be Restream being Restream. Oh, there he is. Hey, Doc.
Hey all, how's everybody doing?
Howdy, Doc.
I am painting.
Shocking. You never paint.
I also got my ass whipped last night after the freaking stream.
What happened?
No, my wife and I have this thing where we play board games. And since she beat me at the last game we played a Splendor, she got to pick the next game we're going to play. She picked Agricola.
Never heard of either.
Okay, they're like Euro games where you put meeples down and collect shit and build stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, because she don't really like combat games, even though she did say she would learn to play Legion Imperialis with me. And we would
cool.
play. So that's cool. And I'm convinced that she would probably dominate at BattleTech because she's really smart and good with numbers. But okay, all that aside, Agricola is a game where you basically are a farmer, and the whole idea is to expand your farm and not starve to death during the medieval ages. And she ended up beating me by 6 points, which ain't too bad. But yeah. I've won like one game out of like 12. I tell you what, though, if she were to play me at like Ennis or Warhammer or Oathmark or something like that, I'd whip her ass. But she likes to play the non-combat type games, you know. Euro games is what I call them. Meeple placement games, resource games. A school for ants. Yeah, I get that reference, George.
It has to be at least 3 times as big.
Yeah. Dad, I think it's like one. Like, whatever. I call this look cold steel. Or blue steel, wasn't it?
Yeah, blue steel.
Yeah.
Like to get pills all day.
Yeah. Am I taking crazy pills? Yeah.
That was supposed to be Andy Dick in that role.
Oh, thank God it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
He made it back. He didn't get kicked. He actually did something.
That
Weird.
happened on Bloodsworth.
Maybe
stream.
Restream's fixing some shit. They're always adding or working on something.
Yeah. Like Bloodworth, he got kicked from his own stream for a second, but came back instantly.
I've been kicked from my own stream, so I know all about that. But ants, George, are a type of miniature that I own none of. And I decided I needed to own many of. Because
I mean, yeah, how are you just going to have a few ants? Like, what is that?
Right, you know. But the main reason is and again, F you guys in advance. I've been reading the Hyperborea Monster Manual.
Hey, I converted.
Yeah, you did. And so did Shadow. He just doesn't know it yet. And started buying some of the monsters that are in that book that I never owned. Now, the good thing is a lot of the monsters that are in that book, I never used for D&D, but I have them for Call of Cthulhu. So it was like, well, okay. I've already got Night Gaunts and Byaki and all that shit, so I'm good. But ants, apparently, they are a thing in Hyperborea. They will come out of their hives and just strip your ass down to the bone.
These are giant ants, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, and some of them, not all of them, but some of them are actually radioactive, which I think is a callback to that movie Them,
Yeah.
where the ants got into the radioactive shit and turned into giant killer ants. You know?
There's a spell in Hyperborea called Them, which summons ants.
Yeah. So there you go.
That tripped me out. I was like, ain't no way. That's
Hey,
cool as
James.
shit.
What
Hey,
you need to
hey.
do is make a character who has an ant costume and call him the antagonizer.
Oh, that hurt.
That
That
would be
hurt.
actually a funny thing if I were running a superhero game, but set in like the world of Tick.
Dude, you're
Yeah.
gonna hate on my memes and make jokes like that? Come on, man.
I don't hate on
Don't
your
you feel,
memes.
babe?
Oh, you hate him. You absolutely
No.
hate him. I heard you say it.
You're the best memer ever.
I think you're patronizing me, but okay.
No, I just steal memes. You actually make them.
I steal them too, believe that.
Yeah, and the one when everybody's like, "Why does Shadow look like whoever they said?" I was like, "Nah, that's Chris Christopherson right there."
Yeah, the clip art didn't render right on that one. If I use any blurry screenshot whatsoever, or it has something else that it focuses on, like Doc, for instance, I can never get him. He doesn't take the headset off. I'll have to actually make up.
Oh, Doc.
There, you had a brief window.
Oh, all right. I'll get it later. Up
Oh, there goes my boys. I wonder where they're going. Probably a vehicle accident.
Oh yeah, that screenshot will be acquired. Welcome. Welcome.
So
I used to could
Okay,
not get Bear because he never took it off.
yeah,
Yeah, you'd have probably the same issue with me, even if I still had a camera.
It's
all
just,
you gotta do for Lath is just like draw the most ginger weeaboo guy you can. You'll be pretty close.
You'd be close, yeah.
Be pretty close.
so like Ginger Gaijin. Mike could swing that.
Imagine a hoss that's like 35, a ginger, and loves weeaboo shit like hoss.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, with
Oh, Lord.
yeah, that's basically Lath.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He is your typical Kentuckian. We all kind of look alike. Don't ask why.
So I bought this fart noise maker for $1 at the flea market, and it's pretty good. Listen to this.
I think that was a real fart, and you're just trying to make excuses.
No, it's totally fake.
Yeah. If I hear you gagging here in a second, I'll be like, oh yeah. This guy's over here freaking blowing himself out. You better be careful, you'll blow an O-ring out. But
Pickled eggs and cabbage.
pickled eggs and cabbage. Yeah, those two things don't go together. I found out something that does go together. Sauerkraut and ramen noodles.
Absolutely.
It was like, huh. So then my wife went to the store the other day, as she does, and she bought me a pack of that stuff you use to make coleslaw, you know, like
Ugh.
shredded cabbage and whatnot.
Tasty.
But it's just to add to my ramen.
I can't do anything with mayonnaise, man. Ugh.
No, we're not making coleslaw. We're taking the actual shredded cabbage in the bag
Oh,
in the ramen.
okay. Oh, okay.
And
I
it's
like
got
that
the
doesn't sound
green and the
bad.
purple. Well, I
Uh,
mean, I
sounds
could buy a head of
possible.
cabbage and shred it up, or I could pay a little bit more and get the bag of pre-shredded cabbage that actually has carrot and purple cabbage in it. Also,
What's wrong with coleslaw?
yeah, that's what I was saying, baby. That you got me that. Nothing's wrong with coleslaw. I actually
Old
love
Iron
coleslaw.
doesn't seem to
Yeah,
like
I'm
it.
a big fan of coleslaw.
But I love coleslaw so much that sometimes I put coleslaw on hot dogs, which I think is called a Colorado slaw dog or something. But either way, yeah, I'm a fan of coleslaw. But I'm also a fan of cabbage pretty much any way it's cooked or raw. So, what was going on is my wife would buy a head of cabbage planning on cooking it with like brats or something.
Nope,
And
we
then
lost
I'd come
Old Iron.
along behind her and I would shave, a chunk of the cabbage off and put in my ramen. And then she'd be like, "What'd you do with the cabbage?" And we lost cold iron skillet.
Yep.
But so yeah, guys. And I've got this one too. Check this bastard out.
Nice.
Yeah, big winged ant. It could be like a queen or a drone. I don't know.
That one still kind of looks like a drone than a queen.
Well, I mean, it's giant and radioactive, so who knows?
Yeah.
Like Imagine Dragons. I know that's a callback to about 10 years ago, ain't it?
Has it been that long?
At least.
Yep.
Oh man. The
Time
hell
flies,
happened?
doesn't it?
I was listening to a song the other night.
Was it Susie?
It was not Susie,
All right.
but
Just
it was in
checking.
that same kind of genre. And me and my wife were watching it. And she hates music, but I was like, "Hey, watch this real quick." And when it came back on like what time the song had came out, I was like, "This song came out in 95?" You know what I mean? Because you're like,
Just where the time go?
yeah, it's like this shit used to be bumping, man. It still is, but it's like, getting old sucks.
And it happens faster and faster.
It does. Your concept of the passing of time just speeds up the older you get.
I'm convinced I've slept through a decade or two somewhere along the way.
Yep.
I got
Because I
drank through
remember
one.
being a kid and it seemed like it took 20 years for Friday to come every week. You're going to school and you're just like, God, I wish it'd be Friday. And it just seemed like it just never came. Nowadays, I can sleep and wake up and be like, what day is it? My wife will be like, oh, it's Saturday. I'll be like, what? I thought it was Tuesday. Like, nah, man. I think it's because I get in this routine. I get up, I take the trash out, walk around, stare at the wall for a little bit, drink some coffee, the usual shit. And you just do that every day. So every day starts bleeding into every other day because you do the same thing every day. And you guys out there on the whatever, if you're tired of looking at my beautiful face and you would rather me direct the camera at the actual miniatures, I will do so. Whatever you guys want. If you want to see what I'm actually working on over here, you can give commentary about it. Tell me I'm doing it wrong or something. At some point, I'm going to start painting up my Knights Templar. That'll be cool. I'll paint up a, what's it called? A whole entourage for a lord using the Barons War skirmish rules of Knights Templars, and then get my bro to play. He can play either the Knights Templars or he can play the Arabs because I've got an Arab army large enough to make up an
Yeah.
entourage.
If I was to make a Barons War group, I'd make my leader named Robert Day Pilkington.
Yeah. See, I can't do that because back in that time,
What era is Baron's War exactly?
It's during what was it? The war.
1150 to 1320.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, the Barons War is what settled the Magna Carta.
Yeah. To be fair, my family never actually fought in it.
Yeah, but so
Let's see. What are the playable factions, or is it just like whatever, like agnostic?
there's no factions per se in the actual Barons War thing, really. There kind of are, but there kind of aren't. But it's basically you make the Baron, and if you want, you can go through history books and find the one whose heraldry you like the most. And then you build the war band around him, and then you duke it out with other players in their war bands. Now, I have the Altrimmer book, which goes with Barons War, and it opens it up for the whole Crusades era.
Okay.
So you could play Byzantines, you can play the Arabs, the Kurds, Turks, all the knightly orders. You can build So, but the thing is, in Barons War, literally like a knight is a knight.
Okay.
Mostly. I mean, you can, if you want, pay to give them better gear and stuff. So, like my Templar army may end up being on the smaller side just because I'm going to deck my knights out with great helms and lances and everything. You know what I mean?
Armed to the teeth.
But then the men that follow them in the battle are going to be wearing like padded or no armor and, you know, basic hand weapons, maybe a shield, levies, basically. So, and that's just pretty much how it goes, you know. I've actually got a gripping beast priest carrying a cross that I am adding to my entourage. Because having a priest in your lord's entourage increases like the range you can give orders and stuff. Or no, the priest helps with morale. The pennant or the banner guy, he helps with the range that your troops can use your morale for their roles because they see you and they're like, oh shit, don't run, the boss is watching, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. So yeah, but I got a couple of buddies that are interested. And my wife, like I said, she said she would learn to play Legion Imperialis, which I'm almost done painting those guys.
Ugh. Excuse me. Sorry.
I haven't been showing them off a lot because I've just been painting them and putting them in their cases. But like here's the Falchion super heavy tank, Blood Angels tank. I just need to put some transfers on this bad boy. You know what I mean? But the thing is, since I have the Army Painter Blood Red spray paint, it's so easy to take a whole company of tanks out, put them down on my little mat area when the weather's good, like it is now, and just lightly go over them and give them a really light coat, and then pick out the guns and shit, and maybe put I've got a red wash on them, and call it a day. You know what I mean? So my Blood Angels have been super easy to paint, super easy. And the Dark Mechanical will be super easy too because they're just black with gold trim. So, you know, I was really worried that they were going to be very difficult to paint. But now all these Titans over here, they will not be super easy to paint. But, you know, it is what it is, right? painting some hard coat on some ants so they can be shiny ants. Shiny ants.
Ugh. Don't you
Shiny
just love it when Pomeranians deliver the canine liturgy?
Mine will bark at stuff people 3 blocks down is doing.
Delivery trucks. Gosh.
The next door
Gotta-
neighbor, how dare he open his garage door for literally anything? You guys have heard it though, because I've been streaming and you'll hear him just lose his shit. And when we're outside, the only way for me to make him shut the hell up is I gotta start yelling at him in Russian. As soon as I start using Russian, he like gets on his best behavior all of a sudden.
Like, oh shit, Dad's mad.
He's like if he's out there and I'm like, come on, buddy, and he won't come to me, and I'm like, come on, and he ignores me because he's a dog and he's smelling something, and then I'll be like, Mishka, давай, and he'll be like, you know?
Yes, comrade.
I need to get him a little Ushanka, even though
Do not report me to political officer, please.
Yeah.
Don't want to
Will I get
people
potato, father?
That spoiled brat, he gets
Oh my God.
home-cooked food. So, like, everything he eats is basically diced chicken breasts, sweet potatoes, carrots, and peas. Cooked. He is, which is what the babushka I bought him from fed him. So, I mean, I don't care. I have bought the most high-priced Blue Buffalo, this, that bullshit, hard dog food. And, like, he'll walk by and pick at it, but you can tell he don't like it. You know what I mean? He's all like, yeah, this sucks. So I finally said, F it. We're just going to start, fresh feeding him. And since we have, man, he has been so much happier and healthier, running around, being a little freak. He reminds me of my old Pomeranian, except he's twice as big and about half as smart. Because the old Pom I had, Phantom, the black one, that guy was freaking a super genius for a dog. It was like weird being around him,
I gotta go. I'm getting my call back from the IRS.
Well, yeah, you better take care of that.
Yeah, take care of that, buddy.
Good to see you.
See you, Doc.
See you, Hunger. Later, everybody.
Those guys took care of Al Capone. They took care of Mickey Cohen.
I'm getting ready to take care of Cold Iron Skillet.
I might be crazy enough to go after Batman, but
Hey,
the IRS,
Hunger.
no way.
Did you bake me some cookies?
You son of a bitch.
Did you bake me some cookies?
I love that. Johnny.
I like cookies.
So, Hungar,
Yeah.
thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Have you been reading your books at all?
I just woke up.
You've had them for 3 days.
I've been going through them.
That's all I asked.
I thought you meant like right now. I was like, nah, I just woke up.
No.
Oh, God.
Cold Iron
I
Skillet.
just said, have you been reading your books?
I
at
didn't
all?
do nothing.
Yeah, and I've been shut them off too.
Nice. You need to take a picture of you holding the books and like send it to Shadow.
Oh, I told Shadwell.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. He still says he's got plumbing issues or something,
Oh, he does.
but he's wearing a Hyperborea shirt in all of my clip art, though.
Yeah. Lucky him.
Are you
Skillet.
still up? Are you still like upset about that furry picture?
Nah, I'm more about the one he sent this morning.
Because like you're the only one that ever seen that. Well, and the creator and me.
Well,
Yeah, I never posted that one.
apparently, brother of mine, who I love dearly, apparently, allegedly, even he's under orders.
I
He's
don't-
just.
I didn't say under
following the-
orders.
He's
I didn't say
just-
under orders. I
he-
said he said you were gay, and I just took it as gospel.
Yeah, I just do what the boss tells me to do.
The boss demands memes. The boss gets memes.
Well, I ain't the boss.
Yeah, it's your
Uh,
stream.
But
It's
I
your Discord.
But I do make requests occasionally, and I'm very thankful for them.
I made a
But I
T-shirt
did
today.
not make any requests about you and your personal lifestyle because
And
I'm not
Hungar,
gonna be
and
on Front Street like that.
you swiped my memes and made merch from them and sold them.
Well,
Yeah, and I made
only
a
the
whole
Bruce who was wearing it on his show last night.
And I make a whole $2 off of that, which I
Well.
donate to Wounded Warrior.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, Haas don't get any money from the T-shirts. It all goes to Wounded Warrior.
it's cool and everything, but
I
meme
made a
stealing.
shirt today. made a
Memes
shirt.
stealing. I know. Memes still serious crime.
I made a shirt today that says,
But hold on, Cold Iron. Anything
Uh-huh.
you make involving me, if you want to go to that T-shirt thing and make a shirt with it, knock yourself out. I don't even care. I hereby give you permission from now until eternity to use my image tastefully.
Oh,
T-shirt.
just take the piss out of it right there.
Well, I don't want you posting a picture of me like naked, surrounded by
You
know,
wouldn't be
banana
naked. You'd have a strategically placed fig leaf.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, all right.
I'm modest, but
You would
yeah,
not be in my memes.
I made a new T-shirt today, and it's awesome.
good.
It says, I am smarter and dumber than you give me credit for, or than you think I am. Never estimate me.
Never estimate me. I'm smarter and dumber. Yeah, that's pretty funny. These guys are looking pretty good, glossy. Once
But
I
if you
do
don't
that-
want me to make you gay anymore, Hungar, I won't make you gay.
Now, I'm just taking the piss out of you, buddy. I laugh at them and show them to my neighbor,
old Hans,
Well, that
Klaus.
Klaus.
you
Why
take
did I
memes
say
of you
Hans?
as a
Because
homosexual
Klaus
and
is
show them.
way more German sounding.
You show
Yeah,
them to a man named Klaus.
Yeah, it's like my best friend up here. We have coffee every morning. We play WoW together.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
he lives next door.
You
He's
yell,
my-
you yell at certain people while they're driving by. You throw Roman salutes.
Yeah,
This sounds
he's
like a
my
novel.
he's my son's boss.
I mean, you know,
We sat
you're
around
putting together
quoting
a
Alex.
collection of Hugo Boss outfits.
We sat around quoting Alex Jones all the time.
You're turning the damn frogs gay.
Now, whose fault is it?
Anyway,
Oh, he does have a Roman helmet, like a Centurion helmet.
oh, that's badass.
Yeah, it
Remember when
is.
we were in the SCA and I was wearing the Lorica Segmentata all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Until the armor bit me, and now I've got a big scar on my back where it just basically took a divot out of my back.
That's why I like the suicide plate you made. Yeah, it barely covered anything, but it never gave you armor bites.
Yeah. But I mean, the best guy in the kingdom at sword fighting, he wore the same shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Baldwin or Balder, he would just walk out with an armored belt. I mean,
Yeah.
so it basically looked like a weightlifter's belt that he nailed plates of metal on. And that's all he wore, really. Elbow, knee protection, that damn belt, and his helmet. and he whipped everybody's ass. That guy, they used to call him the king at will. Because how you knew who was going to be the king of Tremaris in any given year was you asked, is Balder going to be fighting in this tournament? And if they said yes, then you knew it was going to be Balder.
And he had the biggest damn house.
Well, that fucking nerd was an anesthesiologist.
Yeah.
When
Well,
he
he
wasn't
had.
cracking people's head in with the freaking. Oh, you mean his house in the SCA? But I mean,
Yeah.
he was an anesthesiologist. That guy was not worried for money.
No, and he all the people in his house in the SCA, they all carried those big ass Varangian shields. Freaking Asgard, man.
Yeah,
So
I remember
you're saying,
when our night. What?
so you're saying that he puts people to sleep on and off the field.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much. And he had so much money that he could pay for like so much aircraft grade aluminum to make 20 people giant ass tower shields. And it wasn't even a thing. I mean, he owned them, but actually they belonged to his house, but actually that means he owned them.
And he also owned a factory that made the arrowheads,
Yep.
the
The
Baldar blunts.
Yeah, the blunts for the SCA, he owned a factory that made them.
And those things were great because when you got hit with them on like bearskin, they left donut bruises.
Yeah, the bruise would be in the shape of a donut. That is so funny.
Good times.
I remember when one of his guys, kind of the smart ass guy, made a set of plate mail and covered it in velvet. So it looked really badass. And then he like dueled with our knight. And our knight went out of his way to tip hit him on the breastplate like a lot.
Nice.
Which ended up freaking destroying the whole velvet covering of that. I mean, he wrecked it.
Earl Sir Brendan was so awesome.
Yeah. Yep, the Earl Sir Brendan, which I
We
think
were at
he had become a knight 2 or 3 times. Or not a knight, a
Keaton.
king 2 or 3 times.
We were at we were in a fight one time at this little freaking event, and I was sitting there. Germanicus was on the other guy's team, right? On the other side of the battle. And he did something to piss Brendan off. And Brendan looked at me and was like, Hoss, kill him hard.
Well, it wasn't really hard to piss that guy off. He was excellent.
And I was like, okay. And I was using that damn curved stick you made.
Hey,
Yeah.
Soja, glad that you're feeling better at least.
Satya. Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better, brother. Yeah, what I'd done is the typical, I took a piece of 1.5 inch rattan and I boiled the shit out of it. And then I put in a mold to turn it into a curve, right? And then I put the handle on it and saber. Because I went through that phase where I was doing the Russian thing with the saber and everything. And I will tell you one thing, in the SCA, sabers hit harder than you think they do. It has something to do with physics.
I was using that at Gulf Wars once, and I creased the dude's helmet in a field battle. And after the battle, they pulled me aside and looked at the stick to make sure that I didn't core it.
That wasn't, cored out and weighted.
Yeah. And they're like, nope, it's just a regular stick. He just hit you hard. Guys, like, that was a good hit.
What was good, too, is if somebody put their shield up, like to their nose to try and block themselves, you could just turn it over and stab
Scorpion.
right the shield. Just knock their head back. It was like, but yeah, the saber was good, man. If you got a good swing on somebody with that thing and you hit them, oh man, they felt it. They felt it. That was a good stick. But
what is this? A school for ants?
yeah, you see that? I got them all gloss coated. So now all I got to do is grab the earth brown that I have and do their little bases, and I'm going to call them done. And I'm leaving them gloss coated because I think the shiny carapace on the ants kind of looks cool, you know?
Yeah. I caught Holy Diver on a show last night.
I watched his show, not last night, but like Saturday.
He was on a show he was on with you after I left. Wasn't he?
No, yesterday Double D joined for a while.
Yeah, not Holy Diver. Double D. That's who I'm talking about.
And
Double D.
Double D was on
with Death Angel Shadow.
Death Angel's show for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Double D giving back to the community
Yep.
because he is probably the most popular of the lot of us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
I
know
get
whose
around.
fault that is? You know whose fault that is?
Is.
Yeah, because he works hard and he writes scripts and he does a lot of film editing and
I appreciate the editing he puts into that too. I really
actually
do.
puts work in, and Mouse helps him a lot.
And Mouse is a normie.
Kinda.
Now,
But-
Double D said it straight up last night that Mouse is a normie. Mouse had never seen Lady Hawk.
Mouse is Double D's best friend. He's like Double D's version of you for me,
Nice.
except they're not related. So, yeah. So that one time when I donated money as a super chat and I said, this is for Mouse. And he was all happy. Like, even though I don't know how they do their business arrangements, but I just wanted to say, I recognize you, man. I see you're out here doing hard work, and and now every time I give him money, he shows me the picture of Marissa Mercer, like flinging back, showing her tits off while she's trying to wash the Batmobile.
Yeah, I always get the brought to you. Why you keep saying that? Because they pay me every time I do. Duh.
By Carl's Jr. Why do you keep saying that? Yeah. At first, they gave me the Yosemite Sam again.
Yeah,
And I
that
had
was
to be
mine
like-
too.
I had to be like, hey, wrong redhead. And then it was, she's my cherry pie. Because I'm telling you what, that girl is from Kentucky. And if I'd ever met her, I'd be paying her child support right now. Because crazy
Yeah.
redhead Kentucky chicks, that is the kryptonite of this guy. So, yep. She'd been like, I want to go to LA. And I'd be like, nah, I'm just going to knock you up like 5 times. And then she'd leave me. And I'd just be working to pay
That's
for
true.
that child support.
That's true. He would have.
I mean, I did it once already, right? Except my
Yeah.
first wife, who was an evil redheaded bitch, when I married her, was hotter than Marissa, Ray. She was much more attractive. Had that red hair and giant tits, the biggest, the best, Big Chew or Big Chief, the best.
I
Yeah,
need an
we tried-
adult.
We
What?
tried to tell you not to marry her.
Yeah, everybody did. Like literally everyone I knew went out.
Even
there to
people-
say, don't marry that bitch.
Even people on her side of the family.
Yeah. Yeah, that
I
was a
told you
good
not
one.
to marry her. I banged her sisters and her mom before you married her and told you not to marry her. You should listen to me.
I should have, because yes. Not that we need to have a big conversation about this, but Hungar did sleep with my first ex-wife's, both of her sisters and her mom. I should have known there was something wrong with that family. Yeah, that's a big red flag, wouldn't you say, Cold Iron?
That is definitely a big red flag.
I mean, keep it in the family, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This like I'm half asleep. So
It's okay, man. You are not required to do anything.
yeah.
Except
don't
I'm
make
do that.
making
memes.
Oh God, no!
What? Sorry.
I stayed up all night.
Code
That
Iron's
was me
gonna
to
pull a
yawn.
Bruce on us, sauce.
Yeah.
No. I have to stay up actually, but oh god.
Yeah,
So
'cause
I'm
Bruce would join streams and then you hear him snoring.
god.
And
I did that a
we'd
few-
just be laughing and we just keep streaming. That was
Well, I-
back when Legion of the Myth, their Friday night show was basically a free for all.
I might have to go. I'll see you.
See,
All right, Debbie.
so
Stop hating my memes.
they would invite tons of different people on than like they do now. And it wasn't quite so much, we're going to talk about this. And then it was more like how my show is.
Yeah. Max throwing down rants. It was so great.
Oh, Max would just go off. And
Here
then,
we go.
yeah, it was really cool. You know, his wife would get into the chat and talk with everybody.
There you go, James. There's your tasty one in Discord.
Oh, my
Somebody went off on Shadwo and you for having me on their meme or on your shows while I was in the hospital, falling asleep, and they just leaving me in there. And you both went off on those people.
I remember those. I saw some of those, you in the hospital.
Yeah, I was like, why do you even care? You know, it's not even a thing. But
People
you
are
know,
dorks.
a lot of people don't like a lot of things.
A lot of people need to suck some helium and light the fuck up.
Yeah. So I decided to clip this guy's weapon off because I didn't care for it that much. And instead give him this weird freaking polearm like glaive.
I like that.
Well, you know, another thing about the Hyperborea thing is looking at the art and how like everything's slightly just kind of weird.
Yeah.
I've been kind of, you know, rocking out some of the miniatures that way, you know, making them like.
So, Chick, get some sleep, buddy. Get well.
Yeah, I'm glad you stopped in and said, hey, Satya. I hope you feel better soon, man. I'm glad you're feeling better, but I hope you're 100% soon. And don't worry, I'll be here when you get back. No problems.
I was showing Corn Dog the Hyperborea book, and he saw the dudes on the cover with guns. He's like, oh my God, that's so cool. I'm like, yeah, it's like Conan, and you can have a gun. He's like, that's the greatest.
To be fair, though, the guns are almost like artifact level items.
Yeah.
So
You don't know that
So don't get him too hyped because
if he wants one of those, he's going to have to quest for a while.
well, I mean, one of the ways to get a gun would be to go deep underground at Mount Vermethian and try to fight some Migo, right? But the problem is, if you get the gun, awesome. But if you get shot by the gun, you make a death save or you disintegrate.
Yeah.
Of course, if you get the gun, then whatever you shoot gets to make a death save or disintegrate. So it's kind of like, that is some shit right there, you know? And even if you make the death save and don't disintegrate, you take like 3d10 damage or some shit. I mean,
It's like the alien gun in Fallout 3.
it's no joke is what it is. It's like if you get hit by this gun, there's a chance you could just be dead.
Oh, damn.
So, you know. But I mean, you know, there's other guns that might be easier to find. And there's always a chance if you're raiding dungeons and shit that you just might find some old Atlantean technology that's still laying about, because a lot of the technology, if it's not alien, so like I'm saying, the Migo, it was made by the Atlanteans, but the problem is after Atlantis sunk, they kind of forgot how to build a lot of things. You know, they had like you know the deal. It was an apocalypse and they just forgot.
Yeah.
A lot of technology. So, but that doesn't mean that there aren't crypts out there that have some of it still in it, you know. And yeah. Yeah, you got the one guy, I think he's like a cataphract, but he's got a gun. Which is cataphract is just a different way that Talanian used to say night. But you can also play your cataphract as a freelancer, so you don't have to have like any sort of, lord watching over you and making sure you're not being a jerk off. So that's good. And but I was telling everybody the other day after you dropped that the class to play in Hyperborea really is just the standard cleric.
Yep.
Because those dudes are just OP as shit. Rare, rare, rare. Rare, rare, rare. Rare, rare. He's so happy. He's like, Mama, I'm going to go bark at stuff.
Mama's home.
He never listens to her. There's this weird kind of circular logic that goes on in this house. And it's basically, I'm at the top of the pyramid. And he listens to me. He loves her the most, but he don't listen to her. So I think he thinks he owns her, but he knows I own him.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So it's like this weird dog situation going on,
What's up, squirrel?
Squirrel. Hey, yo, squirrel. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, oh, what a beautiful morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's almost time for me to go to the kitchen
And make me some cookies.
and
Yeah.
make Cold Iron Skillet some cookies.
Hell yeah.
Because he's
Rainbow.
going down in a blaze of glory.
I'm actually making
I don't know why I
Pasta.
thought of that when you were singing, but
it's pasta night.
Oh God, that sounds good.
Yeah, with beef and hot Italian sausages
And fucking food and sleep sounds wonderful.
and with vodka sauce.
yeah, I don't know what the wife is planning tonight. But if she don't feel like actually cooking, I'll just make some ramen.
Yeah,
I've got the fancy ramen that I'll order online. So
I got some more kimchi the other day, and it's so good. It's got turmeric in it.
I'm out of kimchi. I ate the last of it a couple days ago.
It got turmeric.
So
You got kimchi. I made egg drop soup last night.
did you?
Yeah,
So
with sauteed mushrooms.
so the question here is, though,
Yeah,
who's going to run the game up there?
me.
You're going to run it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was talking to young Master Gregory about it last night. He's like, "Well, my schedule changes every week." I was like, "Yeah, that's cool, but we all live together, so it's like whenever we're hanging out and we're like, hey, let's play some Hyperborea,' I can be like, hell yeah, or I can be like, hey, let's play some Hyperborea.
All
You
right,
guys
I'm
can
gonna
be like,
tap
hell
out,
yeah.
fellas. I'm starving.
Yeah.
All right, Skillet.
Go take care of your business, bro.
Yeah.
See you later.
Good to see you,
Long day,
buddy.
long night.
Yep.
Act like that Forrest Gump gift you sent me this morning and run away.
Well, I thought I'd finally made you mad. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, I think you look cute in that apron. I was like,
Oh, I need to see that.
It's hard to make me mad, and I send it to you, brother.
Okay. I mean,
I'll quit making you gay. I'll think of something else.
just
No,
because he's
dude,
wearing an apron and cooking cookies don't make him gay.
it's all the rainbow stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That might, but I mean, some of the best chefs in the world are dudes.
And you know what, bro? You can't offend me.
I can.
No, you can't.
Yeah. I don't think I can. I mean, after that burn I put on you the other day and the way you just kind of slid out of it, I think you are beyond offense.
It's like, I've grown up my whole life with James being like, you're gay. And I'm like, yep, love the cock. It's like,
Yeah, the thing
There-
is, I got it directly from his wife's boyfriend that he might be that way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Because
Scandalous.
I like when people fuck on my bitch.
They don't understand what I post on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get some food, fellas.
Yeah.
Enjoy
go
that
ahead.
cock meat sandwich.
I will. Big, floppy,
Code
rigid,
Iron, I
veiny
love you,
ding dong.
bro, but I still
Love.
think it's. I love you, bro, but I think it's kind of weird that you still kiss the tip of your hot dog before you bite it.
You know, man,
Oh my God. You guys are terrible.
you can only pray so hard before he just gives up on you because you gave up on yourself a long time ago and you just start eating dick and felching other dudes and all that shit.
Me and JC
You know
are
what?
like,
Nobody needs to know about your felching. For sure.
yeah, nobody needs to hear about that, Code Iron. I accept your deviant lifestyle as long as you keep it to yourself.
If I could manipulate the clip art in such a way as to pass through the filters, I could do some pretty keen felching memes. I'm pretty sure
Oh
I
my
could.
God.
Oh
Please,
God.
please don't.
You know, hanging out in Atlanta as much as I did, actually somebody told me what brown velvet was, and that's the pooey jizz they suck out of the butthole from felching.
Ugh.
Why are you doing this?
I didn't
When
want
I
to
was
hear it either.
last time when I was in Atlanta, I saw a tumbleweave.
They're around.
You know
Yeah.
what, Cold Iron? Go to bed.
That's,
to
that's
bed.
I'm heading there.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, y'all have a good one.
See, now I have to drink myself into a coma to try to kill enough brain cells that I don't remember any of that.
I've
What?
already forgotten. That's the great thing about it.
Oh, it's called brown velvet.
Hey, shut up.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, curious.
This guy.
Teriyaki chicken and rice sounds great.
You know, everything sounds great after hearing that freaking degeneracy.
Vic Dakota wants in.
Who? He okay, he can't get in. Well, I see his name here. Let's click it and see what happens. Now you are in.
No, I am in. Fucking
That-
goddamn computers.
I feel the same.
Scroll said later, poop noodle.
Hey, Haas! Hey, Haas, you'd be proud of me today. Only 2 hours and 15 minutes to get an oil change and a bunch of shit and a DOT inspection done today on my truck.
Nice. How much did you have to pay him off to go that fast?
I think the boss charges me $75 an hour, so 150 something dollars.
Nice.
Under $200.
Hey, any day you manage not to be, ran over by a Swift driver is a good day.
You see those Durkas laying on their sides taking a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I forget what state it was that tucked like everybody's driver's licenses away or some shit.
Arkansas at one of their way stations was pulling everybody in and giving them English tests.
I
And if
think
they
that's
could-
what I saw. And then they were like showing off all the trucks they had. And they had
Yeah.
like,
Anybody who
Oklahoma,
couldn't pass.
Oklahoma, Wyoming, Arkansas are the three worst right now that I've heard of. So
yeah,
which is
they,
good.
they were pulling people over. And basically, if you couldn't pass the English test, they were taking the trailer and leaving it at the way station and having your truck towed.
Yep.
That's some messed up shit right there.
No,
but
it's
I mean,
not.
hey, it is the law, but still.
After that fiasco that happened on the turnpike,
Yeah, that was down here. That asshole took out a whole family of 5.
yeah, trying to make a U-turn on the
Trying
freaking
to make a
turnpike.
U-turn on the freaking turnpike.
fucking
Like-
idiots.
Dumbass.
Because he didn't speak English, he couldn't read the sign.
Yeah. Well, he'll learn English in prison.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. And I'm meaning this, right? You know how the prison system is, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine being the one Hindu who gets sent to the state pen, you are. I mean,
Yeah.
because I mean, who are you going to hang out with? The North and South Mexican gangs? They don't want any part of that. The black dudes, the black guerrilla mafia, they're going to tell you to go get bent.
The
And-
Puerto
and
Ricans.
Yeah, and
Nope.
the Aryan Brotherhood, they're like, yeah, no. So you are just hosed right away.
Yeah.
I would feel bad for him if he didn't deserve it so much.
You bring it on yourself, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Fuck
saying.
around and find out.
That is definitely like a hardcore FAFO moment. I've been talking things over about and looking at hotel rooms and stuff, Vic. Again, I make no promises, but I'm actively looking
Oh, come on.
as opposed to just telling you whatever and then blowing you off.
Yeah, Vic, if my brother goes up to your con, you better make sure he's taken care of and not, make sure he makes it home safe.
I'll spend most of it just sitting in my room staring at a wall, let's be honest. Because I am a completely unsociable guy, like in real life. Being around people just makes me sleepy.
Before you go, bro, you need to buy one of my t-shirts to wear up there. The Quality Laring Center one.
No, I'll just wear my D&D shirts. I think I showed you that Hyperborean shirt that says run if
Yeah.
Shoggoth.
No, hold on, James, just go up to the DaveCon website.
Yeah.
Go, and they got a link there for the hotel. That's as cheap as you're going to get it up there. So,
Okay, will do.
Is the convention at the hotel?
yes.
Okay.
All I
Yeah,
got to
that's
do, and all I
That's
got
the
to do
first
is
thing he asked because he didn't want me out wandering the streets. And I'm like, dude, it's not near any of the bad stuff.
don't
And I
worry.
doubt I'm gonna get
Whoever's
swamped by any
babysitting you,
politically
I'll take.
motivated people wearing a freaking Hyperborea shirt.
Yeah, who's ever worried, I'll take care of it. You know what I mean? Jesus fucking Christ.
I would go if I could.
It's good. It's good to know giant Italians when you go places.
I would go, but my health is not good enough. I don't want to go up there and end up in the hospital for a week.
And you would because you talk shit and I would freaking send you right to the hospital.
I ain't scared of you.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. Because I just look at you like, I love you, brother. And you were like, oh, I can't hurry home. He's broken. Plus, I have biological warfare. I just take my bag off and whip it at you.
You know. Anyway.
That'll win any fight. Hang it out and get a poo
See,
grenade
if I
thrown
go
at you.
up there, I can just wander around and see if anybody's playing Hyperborea and getting all those games.
Yeah. But I got to go, guys. Young Master Gregory decided that he didn't want me to cook tonight. And we're going out to eat dinner.
Well, fine. Or I could take my Hyperborea books and just sit around and like run.
You know what? I'll just put you in a David Wesley game. I'll put you in a Greg Gillespie game. I'll put you in I'll just put you in all kinds of games. I'll put you in the Dungeons and Dragons tournament on Sunday where you'll be slaughtered mercilessly. And
All right, guys. Later.
later, Haas.
I'm thinking though, I'll just show up and become like the evangelical Hyperborean guy.
Oh God.
I'll just be there in my Hyperborea shirts and my freaking books.
Let's see if I got any Hyperborea booked yet. Hold on here. Let me see here. On the registrations. Games. Maybe you should run a game.
That's what I'm saying. I should just sit down somewhere and just, if someone walks up and says, hey, what are you doing? I'd be like, well, go and run some Hyperborea if anybody wants to.
Let's see here. Got some OSE, Chronicles of Myth.
Nice.
I got Greg Gillespie down here.
Dragon Slayer. Nice.
Yeah, he's got one here called The Beacon on the Barrowmore.
Well, he wrote the Borrow whatever.
There's a Farscape. There's Delta Green.
There's a Farscape role-playing game?
Yeah.
I used to like that show pretty good. It was a pretty good show.
Saturday at 2, there's a Farscape game.
My favorite character, of course, was the astronaut.
Let's
I
see.
forget his name, but the human that got shot through space.
Arden Vul, Ardenvul, the first level for chivalry and sorcery, 5th edition.
Huh. I don't. Chivalry and Sorcery, isn't that just the OSR 2nd edition AD&D?
Yeah. I got a Battlestar Galactica one here.
Oh, neat.
Braunstein, Delta Green, Trail of
Stein,
Cthulhu.
another Delta Green.
Trail of Cthulhu.
Oh, I wonder if that's going to be like the Western version of Call of Cthulhu.
I have no idea.
Because that could be, it's like the actual core game, I think it's called Down Darker Trails or something like that. But it's basically Call of Cthulhu, like
Chronicles of Myth is a TTRPG with detailed wargame rules called Skirmishes.
huh.
This is, and then there's more stuff coming. So I got to start making phone calls and start putting games in here myself. I'm going to run something during probably Sunday afternoon after the tournament.
Double D was making fun of that douchebag that was trying to cause you problems a few years back.
Oh yeah.
He resurfaced.
Oh, he did?
He did. He wasn't saying anything about anybody.
No.
But then I regaled Double D with the story of when I entered his live stream once and I was the only one in it. And I just cooked him for like 2 hours straight. And he wouldn't kick me, which is the weirdest thing. He would talk some shit and I'd be like, nah, kick me if you don't like it. And then I just like I told him, I said, you were one of those assholes on Twitter saying that Dave Pondsmith was racist until you actually saw him.
Yeah.
He's like, no, what? And I was like, yes, you were. I know you were. And he was getting freaking rattled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was trying to talk all this shit about Cyberpunk. And I was like, you don't know nothing about Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah. I know what else I got to call. Who I got to call. I really got to get on the phone with, what's his name?
Yeah, so I basically roasted him for a while, and after a while, he was like, DM James, it'd be ashamed if somebody reported you and got your channel taken down. I was like, do it, asshole.
Oh, I gotta get. Who I gotta get a hold of? Who? I know who I gotta get you in a game with. Mark Reinhagen, the designer of
the Vampire guy before he got effed out of his own game.
He comes to Dave Con. So I got to get a hold of him and get his games lit up for you. I can get you in one of those games too. So
I need to show up and just make fun of him for using umlauts in his name.
Oh, well.
Be like, what's up with that, man? Come on. No, I'm joking. I wouldn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he did make one of my favorite games. I was actually, there's an AI that, hell, I think Jason, the guy that Hungar used to hang out with all the time that become persona non grata to everybody, he hooked me up with this AI DM. I forget what it's called, but basically it reminds me of those old school MUDs, except more modern, and I was playing like Vampire on it. Like it let me make a character and it was telling me what was going on and I was running around doing shit. That's a game I was telling people that I like found a hooker in Moscow and brought her to Florida and trained her to be like an assassin. It took like years. And now she guards my house when I sleep at night or day, and also does, missions for me sometimes. And I mean, I was surprised that the AI game was getting that detailed about stuff, It even tried to throw a romance angle at me, but I had to explain to the person that I was dead, so they're barking up the wrong tree. I was like, yeah, that sounds nice, but being that I'm dead and can't do anything for you, you know, you might be barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's what happens when you have human servants.
Well, what are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? You're going to tell them, hey, I can't do that. I'm not Toreador. If I was a Toreador, I could have got that feat where I can pretend I'm alive and make my heart beat and everything and get erections and all that great shit. But I'm not. So sorry about your luck, lady. But I do appreciate all the hard work you do around here, and that's why I pay you so much. Yeah,
So-
I made my character as like the second cousin of Tsar Nicholas Romanov. So my, you know, because I'm really imaginative, so I named my character Artyom Romanov.
Yeah.
So, yep. Any hoozle.
So what else is going on?
I am painting just a whole ton of ants right now.
Okay. Why?
14 of them. Why? Because in a lot of games, especially a game that might involve 14 enemies, we use miniatures.
Oh,
And-
I got these little plastic things from where did I get them? I got them at Halloween at Michael's. They're just plastic little bats and plastic little
Spiders and
spiders.
shit.
Yeah. So I
Those
use the
things are
bats if stuff is flying around, and then I use the, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I like miniatures. And because I was a war gamer even before I was a role player, when I was like 13 or so, I played Johnny Reb with a couple of the history teachers at the school that I went to, you know. And I was like the young guy, and they were like 50 at that time. And I've told the story. They ran cons, and I went to the cons and helped out and ran games and helped judge miniature painting and all that for years. And then they died because, unfortunately, time stops for no one, and they were 50 when I was 13. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is really sad, but they ran great cons too. Their cons were so good. It was like you paid X amount of money and you got in, and like your ticket in and included like 2 cans of soda, 2 slices of cheap ass pizza, and then all the gaming you wanted, you know. And there were just tables full of Battletech and D&D and Warhammer and you name it. But that con was mostly a miniatures con, you know.
Yeah.
There was a D&D tournament that I ran. There were a lot of people running it. Actually, I was one of them, and I think one of the guys wrote it, but it was basically your group got points depending on like how many rooms you cleared and how many people died. And
I got rooms cleared. All right, here's what I'm doing on mine. The tournament is rooms cleared, enemies killed, items found, and yeah, items found. Meaning, if you find certain items, then you're going to get points for it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, magic items and treasures and stuff.
And if you die, you get minus points. If you all live, you get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, if they all lived, that means there was some pretty good teamwork going on.
Yeah.
At least you'd like to think.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
Their tourney wasn't big as yours at all. It was basically very local because what they did is during the summertime, they got permission from the school administration to use the cafeteria.
Oh.
So then, you know, I would go and help them. and we'd move all the cafeteria tables, stack them up against a wall, and then set up all the game tables and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so no one stayed there. It was maybe like 7 miles from my house. So I could have biked it really if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But you just showed up, and then, you could have drinks, and you got the included drinks and the included food, but you could buy more. And it wasn't great, but who cares? I mean, it was like Hungry Howie's pizza.
Yeah.
So cheapest pizza in the world, but I mean, you could buy a slice for like $2
Yeah.
if you wanted more than the 2 pieces you got. And you're hanging out with a bunch of sweaty other bros just playing games all day. It was like the
Whatever
best.
works, man.
It was the best. Well, it's a lot of work for you, and probably was a lot of work for them. For me, I always got in free because I was like the guy that showed up when they needed stuff moved, or if they needed like hey, I need you to run this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was that guy. Is the Roomba freaking out? Because mine was freaking out last night like crazy. My Roomba loaded into the dock, and I swear to God, it sounded like an M1 Abrams starting. I
Huh.
was like, how is that so loud? It just the turbine. Like, but anywho, yeah. I always got in free and got my standard food free, but I also was the guy that if Mr. Holmes or Mr. McAllister would be like, James, I need you to run a demo of this game for a while. And I'd be like, okay. And boom. So, yeah. I wasn't actually part of the team, but I was.
Yeah.
And then my local comic shop back then, I would go to the comic shop every Saturday and I would demo Warhammer 40K for like 5 hours. And they would give me all these gift certificates. They never paid me in cash because I guess they weren't allowed, because of taxes and stuff.
Yeah.
But they would give me like $30-$40 worth of store credit on these certificates. So
it probably cost them $15,
Yeah, it didn't cost them nothing, but I would show up, set up the armies, and I'd basically sit there and bullshit around with whoever was working that day as a clerk. And
this has to be pre-marriage stuff,
no, I was married.
Not to the woman you got right now, is it?
No. I was married to a woman I wanted to be away from it as much as possible.
Yeah.
So
A crazy
hanging out at the comic shop like literally all day from 9 till whenever Saturday was fine. Couldn't stand looking at her anyway. Yeah, it's terrible, really, but there are things people can do that'll make you just not want to look at them anymore.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
And then the guy who was the manager and who sometimes worked on Saturdays, not often, but sometimes, he is a veteran, Desert Shield and Storm, Army, the whole 9 yards. There were nights where they would close up at like 9 o'clock. He'd lock the doors. And then him and I would just sit in there bullshitting for hours, just hanging because he's a cool guy,
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, he liked me too. So, yeah, those were the days, man. I got away with some freaking heinous shit back then. Like one time we were playing Magic and some guy said something about my wife and I smacked the fuck out of him right in the middle of the store. And Craig was the manager. And all he said is, James, don't break anything in the store. If you got to handle this, take him outside. I was like, looked at him. And the first thing out of his mouth was, I'm sorry. And I was like, okay. And I wasn't mad anymore. And I just told him, look, bro, you don't talk about people's wives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially what he didn't know is that Hora cheated on me. So I was already feeling some kind of way. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And he just poked it. And I didn't mean to hit him, but it happened,
You know,
And I'm kind of ashamed of it. And then later in life, like years later, I apologized. But by then he pretty much forgot about it, you know.
uh-huh.
But yeah, him saying my wife was a whore, it hit me hard because I knew he wasn't lying.
Yeah.
But it's embarrassing when you're playing Magic at a table with 9 other guys, you know. That's
Yep.
not what you want to hear. So, but he was right. Maybe he deserved being smacked for being a ginger, though.
Oh well.
He was a ginger, so that'll teach him for having red hair.
All redheads are crazy, I think.
Yeah, and the woman in question was a redhead too. So I had a ginger talking about how my ginger wife was a whore.
Uh-huh.
So it was like, I mean, I'm not one to come on here and try to trauma bond, but damn, you know,
Yeah.
it was just a little bit too far for me that day. You know how sometimes you wake up and it's, you know, in your heart that today is the day you're going to end up smacking the shit out of somebody.
Uh-huh.
Because just everything is lined up just perfect. And you know, today's the day somebody is getting their ass whipped. It could be me.
Oh, yeah.
It could be me, but I'm just not having it today. Whereas my man Strongbad would say, today we will be in a no guff zone. I am taking no guff from no one or anyone. I used to.
So did you see the somebody was saying online that they might start ground action in Iran? I'm like,
Yeah, send Marines in. They'll have that shit handled in an hour.
shit. I'd say, you know what, the first place I would do, I'd go what's that town? Bandar Abbas or whatever. They're right out in the Strait of Hormuz. I'd do a marine amphibious landing right there and just say, nope, you're never getting it back. And if they say why, I just say, well, because you keep fucking up the world oil supply. Here you go. This is what's going to happen.
And if there's any airports you need taken, you know who you does that better than anyone in the world. U.S. Army Rangers, by God, drop their asses right on an airport. They'll have that shit situated in under an hour, you know?
Now, if there's anything left to be situated.
Plus, the feeling in my heart is a lot of the people over there would help us. Did you hear what happened in Pakistan?
Oh, yeah, I heard they're fucking...
A couple hundred idiots thought they were going to charge our embassy. 9 died. And they're whining because they were all headshots. And it's like, fuck around with the Marines. You know what they like to do? Shoot you right in the face. They got those ACOGs. Those things are great, man. Like when I had to go to war, we had iron sights. Now they got all this fancy fucking optics that cost $1,000 each. In the Battle of Fallujah, there was an investigation against the Marine Corps because they thought they were shooting prisoners. Because there were so many headshots that the administrators in the back were like, that's not possible.
Yes, it is.
And it turns out it is. The Marines will pop you right in the head. Yeah. It was like, whereas the Army, we were always trained to aim center mass.
Well,
like shoot them right there, right in the solar plexus. That's where you want to, that's your spot right there.
It's just, you're so dumb. I'm sorry. These reporters and everybody else, you know, these internet TikTok bloggers, blah, blah, blah. I look at them and just laugh because they're just like, I heard it from a source that this and this and this and this and this. Did you actually go back and talk to the real person that was involved in this?
Well, no, you don't do that. It's kind of like how that whole thing is going on with the Orange Man possibly being involved with Epstein.
Yeah.
And they're like, we want that released. We want that released. And then like the FBI's like, we'll release it, but we've already proven it's false. It was an anonymous call during a time when he couldn't have possibly even been there.
Right.
So, and that is the problem with our legal system and the news right now. The second I hear anonymous source, I like turn my ears off. Because I don't give a shit about
I don't
the
completely turn my ears off to an anonymous source, but I am very circumspect about it until it's corroborated by something else. You know what I mean? There's enough information around it going, yeah, this is true. This is 100% true.
I will agree with you 100% on that. But if it starts out as an anonymous source and it never gets any like actual evidence, then yeah, I don't want to hear it, because anonymous source just means you can lie.
Yeah.
You know, I heard from this guy. They're like, what guy? You know, and plus it goes against our legal system since you're supposed to be able to face the person accusing you.
Oh, well, no. See, that's the problem with kids these days. If you go up and confront them flat out to their face, the first thing they're going to say is, you're a Nazi, you're a bigot, you're a homophobe, you're a transphobe, you're this, you're that. You know what I mean? They're going to be just like that kid that tried to defame me about Dave Kahn. You're just going to go right down the list and saying shit, and they know nothing about you. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see him back online, honestly, because after I roasted him, what's up, Mike? After I roasted him in his live stream, his wife made him take all of his shit offline.
Well,
because apparently he got like a cease and desist and I will sue you letter or some shit.
Yeah.
His wife, yeah, all of his shit was set to private. It was gone.
Uh-huh.
How you doing, Mike? I hope you're doing wonderful, and I hope your family and kids are healthy and well, sir. You know, Mobius, that silly freaking Canuckistanian, got with me, and I showed him the best Orthodox Bible. He's been reading it. If he were to convert, he'd be the third person that I've, just by existing, caused to convert to Orthodoxy. I mean, I know you're like whatever, but it's kind of weird, you know.
Dude, I went to Catholic schools for 18 years. I'm just about had it with religion.
Well,
especially the lies that the priest said to get you to believe shit. It was just sort of like, you're full of shit.
Do you know what?
I mean?
I've said this multiple times. Some people like it, some people hate it. But the whole reason there's even all these atheists around right now is generally because of the Catholic Church and Protestants.
Yeah.
Because you get a guy who's all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and he actually wants to believe in God, and you tell him a bunch of shit that's just obviously effed up. You know what I mean? And then the guys that are actually thinking about it, they're like, no. You know? So honestly, yeah, a lot of those churches, not that I'm trying to hate on them, but yeah, they turn people off because they just do, you know? It's like my wife quit the Methodist church because of they started accepting like openly gay female priests and hanging rainbow flags all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife's like, nah, done, you know? And it's that kind of shit that turns people who might otherwise actually believe into atheists, because they're like, hypocritical bitches. I'm not having a part of it, you know? I'll just go and sit in a corner and believe what I believe, you know? Yep. So that's why I don't have any sort of negative animus towards non-believers. Most of the time, they've been led astray. And 99% of the time by a so-called preacher or priest.
Yeah.
And it's like, all you can do is just talk what you talk. And if they want to, they will. And if they don't, they won't. I mean, you cannot compel faith. Christianity cannot be compelled. If anybody tries to force you, then that's not real Christianity. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because you got to choose it and want it. But anyway, enough of that. Enough of that. That's. I'll cut off that. But yeah, man. Mike Palmer. Lieutenant Palmer.
Jesus, you've been on over 2 hours already. You know that, young man? I was up in Brum, Minnesota, about an hour north of here, and I was like, oh, James is coming on. And
Well, Monday is the one day I actually scheduled to be on, but I probably won't be on very much longer because I've been kind of trying to limit things to maybe 2.5 hours max.
have you done a search on the stuff you sent me to see where they are?
Did I put that in? Oh, it's in the room. When I go in the room, because I've got another computer in the other room,
Yeah.
I'll send you the tracking number.
Oh no, just track it, and if it's just send me a quick note saying where it's at. That's fine.
It'll be there definitely this week because
Yeah.
I sent it UPS, not USPS.
Well, if it comes tomorrow, I might bring it Wednesday to Mr. Wesley's and show it off and stuff.
There's a shit ton of like 1 to 144 scale World War II Navy stuff in there,
Oh, that'd be nice.
including some aircraft carriers that actually have 1 and 144 scale airplanes on the deck.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And then there's some, I don't know what scale they are, but they're like this big.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
say 2 inches long, and they're Greek biremes and triremes.
Oh, cool.
And then I think I just threw some random miniatures and shit in there. Like, I'm not even 100% sure what I sent you because by the time I boxed it
As
up,
long as it isn't a hand grenade you smuggled home from Iraq, I'm okay.
no. I know about the ships. I know about the airplanes that go with the ships.
Yeah.
And I know about the other ships, the ancient Greek ships. But between the time I taped it up and I finally got it in the mail, I don't know exactly. I mean, I think there's some submarines in there. There might be like some American and Japanese submarines. There might even be some U-boats.
Oh.
I don't even remember exactly.
I
Now,
got
the
it.
problem is they were 3D printed, and a lot of the barrels are so fine like hairs that some of them snapped. But that wouldn't be hard for you to fix if you
Oh.
even care, you know?
I gotta start working on the module. I got my World Affair. I'm thinking about, my parents have got that problem down there in Florida, and I don't know if I want to even set up a thing for my World Affair up here, or want to bring it down there and start a campaign in my world and stuff like that.
I agree, Mike. See, here is one of
The
my
ants.
freshly painted red ants.
Yep, nasties.
Yeah. Because, and I think I said this before you joined me and before I end up leaving, I've been going through the monster section of Hyperborea
Mm-hmm.
and looking at the monsters that are really common there,
Mm-hmm.
but that I don't have. And ants. Turns out ants was a big one. And some of the ants are radioactive. And there's an actual mage spell called Them, where you summon ants, giant ants, which is a callback to the old horror movie back in the day, Them.
Uh-huh.
Like this. What D&D game would I ever need some of these for? Probably none. But Hyperborea, woolly rhinos, they ride them around.
Well, that's sort of the woolly rhino thing that goes on in my campaign. You can do anything you want in my campaign. You want to pet the woolly rhino? Go ahead, fuck around and find
Yeah,
out.
sneak up on him. See what happens.
Yeah.
Like this thing.
Yeah, land shark.
Yeah, it's a Akahut or something, which is an orca that can transform from an orca to that
Yeah.
and chase your ass down across the freaking snow.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so yeah, basically that's what's been going on. I've been And Reaper has been a dog because I think these ants were basically like $1 each or something.
Yeah, I got a box of Reaper stuff somewhere around here that I don't know if I'll ever get to painting. I'm gonna have to retire to get to start to painting. I got
I
too
will
much.
tell you this: before you paint a Reaper miniature, wash it in soapy water.
Yep. These are the ones.
Especially if it's a Reaper Bones, the white ones.
Yeah, they're the white ones.
The vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they always have form release on them, mold release. And that shit, like primer, paint, nothing will stick.
Yeah.
So you got to wash them in dish soap or just be effed.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, though, I'm going to get going. I'm going to actually go on your webpage and look at some stuff. And
Okay.
then I'm going to send you the tracking thing when I find the receipt, which I know is in there. And Mike, I appreciate you dropping in toward the end. I hope you're doing well, sir, again. And I will catch everyone later.
All right, young man. You got my phone number, so
I do.
we'll talk.
Yep.
Get ready. All right.
Yeah.
All right. See you, man. Bye bye.
See you later.